Most people don't know my story. They only see the fruits of what we've accomplished over the years, um, and it's emotional thinking about the past and how far I've come and the struggles that I've endured through that time. Um, I built a company and I lost a company and had to start from scratch again. Didn't know how I was going to get back out. Um, and it was tough. Um, and there's some key turning points in my life that really, really impacted me dramatically. And there was a fork in the road where I could have went a really, really down, dark path. And fortunately, I took the right path and and got where I am today. Going back into those years, I remember certain things. One was when the company was taken away from me, and I remember vividly walking into White Spot for a breakfast meeting with the bank, and the bank handing me an envelope. I thought we were renegotiating the terms of the mortgage, which was at that time around 30 million. Instead, they gave me a letter letting me go. And when I read that in front of them, I asked, "What does this mean? This is my company." And they said, "No, it's the bank's company now, and we need you to exit." So that time of my life was hard. It was really hard. I walked out of that meeting thinking that this was just a dream, that they really didn't take everything away from me, but they had. And when I actually absorbed that and realized that, I started traveling down that dark path. And the dark path was trying to forget about it, trying to get involved in alcohol and partying and all that sort of stuff. And just our circle of friends. It's easy to get a bunch of guys together to enjoy yourself for a period of time. And I basically had shut myself off mentally to what had happened. As that time went on, there's a lot of points that really impact my life. First, I went through a really dark time where I thought I wasn't going to make it. I had suicidal thoughts, and I thought that it was over. Everything I had earned and worked for was done, and there was no way for me to get back. And certain points during that time, I remember, I went from such a high, being able to spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on whatever I wanted, to not being able to go to McDonald's to get a coffee. Even at that time, my girlfriend at that time, I had to borrow money from my brother to take her on a date, and it was $50. And I remember that very clearly because I was concerned with what I was going to eat or if she was going to drink or anything, because I didn't have enough money. So I actually ordered something that was really cheap so I'd have enough for her to order whatever she wanted, and just hope there wasn't any wine or anything else involved because I couldn't afford it. So those things really, really impacted me mentally, saying, you know what, I can't do this. I can't live like this. So there was that fork in the road where it said, okay, either I end my life or I get back up. Fortunately, I chose to get back up, and I built myself up strong mentally and then physically, and then I surrounded myself with positivity, and I just kept moving forward. And I knew it didn't matter what it took, I was going to get back up. And it took me almost 10 years to make it back. And today, sitting in, this house that I'm building for myself, it's emotional because I look around and said, you know what? Those 10 years paid off, and it was all worth it. And I'm glad I made those decisions. And what I want you guys to know is that it's never over. We all have it within us, all of us. We have so much inside that we're capable of. We just need to bring it out. And, you know, the steps that you need to make that change in your life, to change your mindset. You know, it's one of the reasons why I created the 30-day mental toughness challenge. Was it's going to help you. It's going to help you become stronger. We're always in situations that create weakness, and there's tools that you can use to strengthen yourself to get out of those situations, so you live in a positive environment, not a negative environment. So, my advice to you guys is just build yourself up, strengthen yourselves. Everything else will work out around you, I promise.